We've all been there, trying to save a few bucks by going with the cheaper alternative, believing we're making a wise decision. But what if some of these supposed savings end up costing us more in the long run? Yes, it is right. Being thrifty can often backfire, causing you to spend far more money than you expected. Whether it's purchasing low-quality things that break down fast or neglecting necessary automobile maintenance, these savings might be more costly than you realize. In today's video, we'll look at 12 common frugal habits that might be costing you more than they save. We'll explain why cutting shortcuts in certain areas isn't worth it. But before we get started, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on the valuable insights we share in our future videos. Alright now, the first frugal fail that can sneak up on you is tackling big home improvement projects on your own. Now, DIY can be fun and rewarding, but when it comes to larger jobs, like plumbing, electrical work, or anything involving structural changes, trying to save money by doing it yourself can actually cost you much more in the long run. You might think you're saving on contractor fees, but hidden costs like mistakes, repairs, and even safety risks can pile up fast. So, if you're not a trained professional, there's a good chance you could end up making a costly error. Messing with wiring or plumbing, for example, could lead to expensive repairs, or even worse, serious hazards. Instead, think of it this way. Sometimes spending a bit more upfront for skilled labor is the true money saver in the long run. So, if you're thinking about taking on a big project, ask yourself, is it really worth the risk? Or should you call in the pros and avoid the long-term headache? Now, let's move on to the next frugal fail that can really hurt you. Avoiding doctor visits. Skipping doctor visits to save a little money might seem like a smart choice in the moment, but this is one of those savings that can actually cost you much more in the long run. Sure, doctor visits can feel expensive, but ignoring those small aches, pains, or checkups can lead to much bigger and more expensive health problems down the road. Those little issues that seem minor right now, like a nagging toothache or a persistent cough, can develop into serious, costly conditions if left untreated. And when that happens, the bill for treatment skyrockets, not to mention the physical toll it can take on your body. The truth is, avoiding regular checkups or minor treatments to save a few bucks today could lead to hospital stays and huge medical bills tomorrow. It's like Benjamin Franklin once said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So don't skimp on your health. Think of routine doctor and dentist visits as an investment in your future well-being. And speaking of investments, the next frugal fail is something we've all been tempted by, which is sacrificing comfort to save a little on the utility bill. Now, it might seem like a good idea to turn off the air conditioning in the summer or keep the heat down in winter, but this kind of frugal thinking can cost you more in the long run. Think about it. Your home is your sanctuary. Whether you're facing scorching summer heat or freezing winter temperatures, you need to be comfortable. If you live in a place like Arizona, running your air conditioning isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And the same goes for heating in colder places like Minnesota. Trying to tough it out might save a few dollars today, but it can lead to bigger issues like damaged appliances, poor sleep, and even health problems. And let's not forget the extra repairs and wear and tear on your system when you keep pushing it to the limit. So, instead of cutting back on basic comforts like heating and cooling, think of it as an investment in your well-being. Another common frugal fail that might seem smart at first is buying too much in bulk. Now, places like Costco or Sam's Club can offer some great deals, but here's the catch. Just because something is cheaper in large quantities doesn't mean it's always a good deal, especially if you have a smaller household. While it makes sense to stock up on non-perishable items like paper towels or toilet paper, buying perishable goods in bulk can lead to waste, especially if you don't have the space to store them properly. Sure, that 10-pound bag of chicken might look like a great deal, but unless you've got a giant freezer to store it, you might end up throwing away food, and that's money down the drain. Plus, having too much of something can lead to clutter, which can also create unnecessary stress and make it harder to manage your household. Now, let's move on to the next frugal fail that can sneakily drain your money. Bottled water. Buying bottled water might seem harmless, right? Grabbing a bottle of water when you're out and about for just a few dollars. But those small purchases add up fast. Investing in a reusable water bottle and a home filter system can save you a lot more money in the long run than constantly buying single-use plastic bottles. By filling up your own water from home, you're cutting out those frequent trips to the store and the costs that come with it. Not to mention, after just a week or two of using your reusable bottle, it practically pays for itself. Plus, it's not just about the money. You're also helping the environment by reducing plastic waste. So, instead of reaching for that $5 bottle of water the next time you're out, consider this simple switch. Grab a reusable water bottle and fill up before you leave the house. Your wallet and the planet will thank you for it. Alright, here's another frugal fail that might hit closer to home. LowQuality Cosmetics. Buying low-quality cosmetics and personal care products might seem like a smart move to save money on discounted shampoos, conditioners, and skincare. But cheaper products often come with cheap ingredients, and that can lead to problems like bad hair days, skin irritation, and even having to use more product just to get the same results. In the end, you might find yourself spending more to fix the damage caused by these lower quality options. On the other hand, if spending a few extra dollars on high-quality products can make you feel more confident and improve your overall day, isn't that a better use of your money? After all, life's too short to deal with products that don't work. When you invest in products that make you look and feel better, you're not just paying for the item, you're paying for the boost in confidence that comes with it. The next frugal fail to watch out for involves getting a rewards credit card but going into debt. Those tempting offers that promise cashback bonuses, points, or airline miles. On paper, they sound like a great way to save or even earn a little extra. But here's the catch. These rewards only benefit you if you're paying off your balance in full every month. Rewards cards can give you up to 5% cash back in certain categories, which seems like a fantastic deal. But the moment you carry a balance into the next month, those interest rates start piling up, and they can be steep, often much higher than the rewards you're earning. That 5% back quickly turns into 20% interest owed. The key is to be responsible. If you can pay off your balance every month, rewards cards are a solid strategy. But if you're unable to do so, it's better to rethink the whole cashback idea. In fact, Warren Buffett once said, "Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken," which fits perfectly here. Credit card debt can sneak up on you if you're not careful. Next up is not canceling free trials. Free trials seem like a great way to try out a new service or get a product discount without commitment, right? Well, not so fast. The reality is, companies are banking on you for getting to cancel before that trial period ends, and once it does, they'll start charging you. So, while it's fine to keep the service if you actually enjoy it, how many times have you signed up for a free trial, forgotten about it, and then noticed charges showing up on your card weeks later? And sometimes those subscriptions come with long-term commitments, locking you into paying for something you don't even use. It's not uncommon for people to forget and end up paying for months of a service they don't want. So, the next time you sign up for a free trial, set a reminder on your phone or calendar before the trial ends. Now, the next frugal fail that's all too common involves searching for the cheapest gas. We all want to save a few bucks at the pump, but here's where the mistake happens. Driving all over town to save a few cents per gallon might seem like a win, but in reality, it can cost you more in both time and money. If you drive across town to save 10 cents per gallon, how much gas are you burning in the process? And what about the extra time spent? By the time you factor in the fuel you've used driving there and back, plus the value of your time, those savings quickly disappear. Sometimes, it's better to just fill up at the nearest station, even if the price is a bit higher. So, instead of chasing the lowest price, focus on filling up when it's convenient and makes sense for your schedule. The next frugal fail that could be costing you more than you think is putting off car maintenance. Just like regular doctor visits, keeping up with routine car maintenance is essential for your vehicle's health. Things like oil changes, tire rotations, and fluid checks may seem like small, easy-to-delay tasks, but they add thousands of miles to your car's life. Here's the problem. Ignoring those little tasks, or even worse, ignoring that glowing check engine light, can turn what could have been a simple and inexpensive fix into a major, costly repair. Skipping an oil change here or a tire rotation there might save you some cash in the short term, but eventually it can lead to engine damage or worn out tires, both of which are far more expensive to deal with than regular maintenance. So, the next time you're tempted to put off that trip to the mechanic, remember that investing a little now could save you a lot later. Alright, the next frugal fail that many of us fall for is buying just because it's on sale. We've all been there. You're walking through the mall, minding your own business, when suddenly you see it. Your favorite store is having a huge clearance sale. You weren't even planning on shopping that day, but the big red sign catches your eye, and now you're justifying a purchase you didn't need to make. Sure, you got a discount, but the reality is, if you didn't need it, you just spent money unnecessarily. Sales are designed to tempt you into thinking you're saving, but are you really? That outfit you bought because it was 50% off still cost you money you could have saved or used elsewhere. In the long run, buying something just because it's on sale doesn't make financial sense if it wasn't in your plan to begin with. Finally, the last frugal fail on our list is going carless. On paper, selling your car and relying on public transportation might seem like a brilliant way to save on gas, insurance, and maintenance. But here's where things can go wrong. If you live in a city with limited public transit options, you could end up relying on Uber, taxis, or ride-sharing services to get around. And that can add up quickly. Another thing to consider is the value of your time. Sure, you're saving money by avoiding car-related expenses, but if you're spending extra hours commuting on buses or trains, how much is your time really worth? So, before you decide to sell your car, make sure you weigh the pros and cons. Take a close look at your city's transit system and how it fits into your lifestyle. Sometimes, the convenience and freedom of owning a car outweigh the potential savings of going carless. And that ends up our list of 12 frugal fails. Those money-saving habits that actually end up costing you more. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.